Alright, y'all, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel because today is a very strange day. Currently, TradingView is having some issues here. You can see there's a data error on my Bitcoin chart. I'm actually unable to load my TA, and I'm also not able to save any new technical analysis on the chart right now. My object tree is totally empty, but that's okay because I am aware of the important levels and I kind of want to talk through this price action. Because something very interesting has happened, which is after a large impulse to the downside, we have now been trading in this ascending channel. Now, some people would call this a bear flag, right? Where we have a large impulse to the downside followed by an ascending channel. But you know, my HODL portfolio just doesn't like that word bear flag. So I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to say it's an ascending, it's a large impulse to the downside with an ascending channel. So what are we looking at here? Well, first of all, I'll tell you what's not having any issues right now is the Jason Casper like button index. You can see that the chart here on TradingView is still fully functional. All the data is here, including the object tree. So make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. So what is going on? Well, we have lost a very important area of support. And I would draw that area with this box right here, because this box has acted very clearly as support 1, 2, 3 times, and then resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, support again before losing it. We're also taking a look at the fact that when we're analyzing the volume here, we can see that we have come back into a previous value area. Now, if anybody is unfamiliar with what a value area is, we're simply just looking at the volume that has been trading for Bitcoin. And what volume is telling us at what price did the most transactions take place, right? So this is telling us that $41,867, this is the price where the most transactions have taken place. The most buying and selling of the asset has taken place at that price. And what this does is it establishes a local fair value for the asset. When I say local, I mean from the time of the beginning of January until even now, this is considered the fairest value for the asset. And whenever price comes above these shaded candles, that is considered to be overbought, right? And there needs to be a correction to the downside. And whenever price comes below these shaded candles, that's considered oversold, and we can expect a movement to the upside. However, there are times when price will break out of a value area and then establish a new value area. But if price comes back inside of a previous value area, then it becomes very probable that we move first down to that highest volume node, and then even potentially down to the bottom of that value area. And then, of course, if we lose it like this, then we can come down lower and establish a new value area. So this is quite significant that we've come back down into here. And I do want to point out a few things. Now, first of all, yesterday, we found some very, very interesting support right here at about 43K, like give or take, right? In fact, right down into a box, you can see that a few days ago, we were looking in the VIP Discord at this very important area of about 42.8 to 42.9, because we had two naked point of controls right in this little box. And then we can see also that we came down and perfectly found our support on that box, right? We perfectly found our support on that box that we had mapped out here. And we're also getting some bullish divergences on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour time frame, right? So, of course, we did take a long from that level. And shout out to Boyan in the VIP live stream. Boyan gave a trade call, literally live, and it was a pretty juicy trade, a scalp trade. By the way, if anybody wants to get into the VIP Discord where we post trade setups and technical analysis and levels and stuff like that, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. So we did find some support right about here, but notice something, that we do still have some pretty key areas of support below us. Now, if we look at this highest volume node, I would really like to see price come down there for a number of reasons. Number one, it's a high volume node where we can look to find juicy support. Number two, it's going to be coming in right around that Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, right? Right around that Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. Now, we did find support on the 0.5 fib. That was one of the confluences where we found support. But I want to point out something else, which is the fact that if we do get a swift move down to this area today, as Bitcoin loves to do, right? It seems so far away now, but we can see that literally within 4 hours, we've had candles that just come right down to there, and vice versa. We have candles that shoot right up. So we've had a lot of time to consolidate in this ascending channel, which means that the 4-hour time frame has had time to come up a little bit on this momentum wave, which also means that if we do get a sudden drop to the downside, the 4-hour time frame now will be putting in a regional and a local bullish divergence. Now, regional meaning from March 31st all the way to the 7th of April, we have ourselves a bullish divergence where price is making a lower low into key support, and the 4-hour momentum waves are getting higher. That is called a bullish divergence. The way we can always identify bullish divergences is if the price and the momentum are doing the opposite thing. Okay, so momentum's getting higher, but price is getting lower. This is telling us there needs to be a correction to the upside, which we have in fact had a little bit right here. Now, if we do get a swift move down, then we could get what I call the coveted uneven butt cheek pattern on the 4-hour time frame, which historically is very, very powerful. What is an uneven butt cheek pattern? Well, let's see if we can find one in the past. An uneven butt cheek pattern is where you have one momentum wave like this, right? But there's 2 humps on it. The first one being the left butt cheek, very juicy. And it makes it even more juicy if you have a big Ben BitBoy green dot right there. And then the second one being not so deep, right? A little bit higher. So if we go ahead and turn off Market Cipher B, we can see it looks just like a pair of glutes that are a bit, well, let's say, uneven, just like this lady at the club, right? And we have that big old butt cheek here, and then the skinny butt cheek right here. That skinny butt cheek is just like, you know, that waitress at the diner. You guys know the one I'm talking about, right? The one who talks like this, right? She smokes too much. She got a Brooklyn accent over here, and she's at the diner, right? Hey, Dolores, get over here. This guy needs another cup of coffee, right? So let's take a look over here. What we want to see is we want to see the price coming down to the point of control. And then we want to see over here, we want to see the uneven butt cheeks coming in like that, right? So let's take a look here, exactly what we want to see. Here's Dolores at the diner here. She's smoking her cigarette, all right? We can see the price action coming down on the 4-hour, okay? We could draw a trend line here, seeing the price is coming down. And look where it's coming down right to, right? Right to the point of control of the range here. Now look where the money is, right? We got our Market Cipher B over here. We could draw a trend line. And see, we got the left butt cheek over here, and we got the right butt cheek over here. Now, that's where the money is. You can see that's where the money is, right? It's right over here on the skinny butt cheek. And that's exactly what we want to see, right? That could be the money right there. And here's something else. Look at what happens when we get that move, right? That's where the price starts to rise up, just like the smoke from the cigarette over here. And this guy knows it, right? He's over here on ByBit on his phone at the diner. Right? He's smoking a little cigar over here. He's smiling. He's happy. Why? He likes what he sees over here. All right? So that is something that could happen. But, of course, there's many other things that could happen as well. This could very well have been an area of support. We've seen it many times where those 4-hour divergences, even if they take some time to play out, it could still get us a move to the upside. But really what I would like to see is something like this, y'all. Something like this. We might not get something like this, but this is what I'm hoping for, right? Look at what we have. Very similar. We have a bullish divergence here, and then we got a move to the upside, just like what we are getting now, like a big impulse to the downside with an ascending channel. And then we get one more, and when we get that, that's where Dolores comes out with your coffee. And that's where we get our big move to the upside, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for here. And the way I'll determine whether or not that is going to happen is by going down to even lower time frames, right? So when we are looking for moves like this and we see the 4-hour butt cheeks forming, you know, we're not always going to know. We're not going to see this green dot at the bottom, right? Heck no, we're not going to see it. Here's what we'll actually see. We will see something like this, right? We'll see something like this. hang on, that's, yeah, this is what we'll see. We'll see something like this. We're going to see a red dot forming here. We might think, oh no, we're going to come down much lower, which we do, right? But now is the time where we have to say, okay, the butt cheek is potentially forming. How are we going to know if this butt cheek is legit or not legit? What we have to do now is go down to a lower time frame, like the 1 hour. And on the 1 hour, look at this too. Now, we're going to find multi-time frame confluences. We can draw the divergences here on the 1 hour, and this is the kicker, guys. The money flow is getting higher on the 1 hour. Then let's go down to the 24-minute and see what we can see here. 24-minute, what do we see? We also see the divergences coming in on the 24-minute, and look at the money flow. Hang on. Look at the money flow. The money flow is very, very clearly getting higher as time goes on. We go to the 12-minute. Now on the 12-minute, we can also see that from this time way back here to the current momentum wave, there's a clear upward direction as well as the money flow. And then we can even come down as low as the 6-minute and see, even locally now, we have, as the price is getting lower, we have these momentum waves getting higher, right? We have 6-minute uneven cheeks. And so when all the time frames are agreeing like that, you're actually zooming in on that 4-hour time frame to see, are these cheeks legitimate or are they not going to be legitimate, right? And so that's how we're going to find our entry right there. Now, of course, this is only one scenario, guys. There are many other scenarios that could play out. If you want to learn how to trade the way I trade, you can check out jasoncaspertrading.com. There's a 25% discount on the course. This will basically give you the blueprint that you need to develop a comprehensive point A to point B trading system so that you always know where you are looking to enter a trade, where your take profit should be, where your stop loss should be, and more. You can check out the testimonials here, changing the way people approach the markets. I've actually had multiple people, after internalizing this information, quit their jobs and start trading full-time. Of course, not financial advice, and your results may vary and all that stuff. There's a 25% discount in the description of the video. Also, if you are interested in learning how to trade order flow, TPO charts, market profile, also we do have a course on that. Also a discount in the description. All right, guys, well, that is it for this video right now. I am hoping and praying that TradingView comes back on, and it looks like things are kind of coming back on. I don't know if my object tree is going to come back on. But anyway, God bless everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.